My dad put me to work at 14. He felt like since he had done it as a kid, it was time for me to start doing it too. And those days were mostly kennel work, washing a lot of dogs, taking care of a lot of dogs, cleaning a lot of kennels. I can remember watching my dad do surgery. I wasn't allowed in the surgery room because it was small, but I could stand in the hallway and look through the door. And I was so mesmerized with suturing, just turning the suture back and forth. It was so methodical. I think it had a big impact in my development and molding what I wanted to do for my career. My daughter, who was in 5th grade, had to do a school project on her family heritage. And what she did is a family tree of the Subers, starting with my grandfather and then to my dad. And then she wanted to know a little bit of the history of what they did for a living. Capital Animal Hospital was founded in 1951 by my grandfather, Pat Suber. He worked there as a general vet until 1972. My dad took over in 1973, and he worked there as a general vet until he retired in 2017. In its present form, Capital Animal Hospital as an orthopedic surgery center opened its doors in October 2018. I was working in a corporately owned practice as a surgeon, as the medical director, so basically running the practice and working there at the same time. I wasn't happy with just being a rat on the wheel, and I really thought we could give back to our community in a better way.
When I came home with this project, it became a family project, and when me and my dad and my mom would work on it, I think my dad was inspired by Capital Animal Hospital, ran by 2 different people, both his dad and grandpa, and I think that inspired him to open up Capital Animal Hospital once again and to make it his own.
I was reluctant to take the jump, bird in the hand, and it seemed a little bit scary kind of going out on our own.
When Jonathan put in his 2 weeks notice, I could tell that he was stressed. He was worried about leaving that job and the security that offered. And also, that was the time where he was wondering, is this place gonna make it?
Amanda's really been my main supporter in all of this. She's really pushed us to move Capital Animal Hospital forward.
The first week we opened was a little nerve-wracking. We had a paper schedule. Jonathan's dad came in every day and checked the schedule, and I remember the first day it was all the way filled. He came in and he said, "Oh, I never thought he would do it." I said, "No, don't tell him that." But there was not a lot of business those first few weeks. But when it happened, it happened.
It was at that point that I knew I'd made the right decision. I do remember the first dog we did surgery on, owned by 2 blind people, not a service dog, just their pet. And they had no idea that the dog was limping because they're blind. Their neighbor told them, which then brought the dog in here. We did surgery, and we actually had to take the dog home for them after surgery. They were so appreciative of how far we went to help them. And I think that appreciation has really molded our approach to service.
With every patient that comes in, we do our best to get that animal to return to its full, active, playful self that it was before it was injured.
One of my greatest joys is to see a client come in with their dog who's holding its leg up in the air. And then at 6 weeks after surgery, their dog's pulling the owner out the door. Capital Animal Hospital was the name my grandfather gave his vet practice when he opened in 1951. And it stood as Capital Animal Hospital until my dad retired in 2018. When we were deciding to open our own practice and what we were going to call it, there was no doubt in my mind it would be Capital Animal Hospital. Capital Animal Hospital is my heritage. I've known it my whole life. It's been around, it's been part of me, and it's been a part of the community.